The Wapakoneta Redskins will try to rebound from a tough loss to Kenton last week as they host Elida tonight and try to collar the Dogs. We'll have that game for you next on Game Face Ohio. Good evening, everyone. Welcome into Harmon Field, where tonight the Wapakoneta Redskins will host the Elida Bulldogs in a WBL matchup. I'm Dan Hirn, along with Paul Sadler. And Paul, you look at these two teams, what are the key matchups we're going to see tonight?
Well, it's a battle of strengths. You have the Wapakoneta strong running game, currently ranked at second in the Western Buckeye League at 217 yards a game, going against the top-ranked rushing defense of the Elida Bulldogs, only giving up 59.5.
For Elida, the key player that we need to keep an eye on?
Oh, well, it all begins with sophomore quarterback Logan Alexander. Logan has 462 yards passing, 6 touchdowns, and is also their leading rusher. Last week against Defiance, got off to a slow start, and they got behind 14-0. Then after that, and he got going a little bit, rattled off 21 straight to get the game tied up, only to fall short in overtime.
The Redskins are coming off a tough loss. They're going to need to rebound and come out tonight and play a strong game against this Elida squad. Who's going to key that game for them?
Well, you got to go with their senior standout, Zach Smirgy. He's a two-way player. Their leading rusher on offense, although he has yet to score a touchdown for them offensively this year. But he makes his money mostly on the defensive side. First-team All-WBL backer from last year, currently 5th in the Western Buckeye League in tackles.
Both of these teams come into this game 1-1 and trying to avoid an 0-2 start inside the WBL. We'll have that game for you next on Game Face Ohio.
High-speed internet.
TSC offers 5 high-speed internet packages, and we have one that's just right for you, no matter how much or how little you use the internet.
24/7 free local technical support, and if you require a service call, you'll be pleased to know that we keep our appointments.
Bundle your high-speed internet with your phone and cable and save big money with our Emerge plan.
Ask about high-speed internet from TSC today.
Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
Who do I call?
Since 1946, home and business owners have trusted Frost Roofing to help make the best roofing decision for their home building and budget.
Do you guarantee your work?
With an industry-leading 50-year labor and materials guarantee on select CertainTeed shingles, Frost Roofing has you covered.
So what if I decide to move?
Frost will transfer this incredible warranty to the new owners, increasing the value of your home.
Church, home, or business, Frost Roofing offers you the comfort of knowing your roofing system is guaranteed by a professional roofing contractor.
Welcome back into Harmon Field, where tonight the Redskins hosting the Elida Bulldogs. The Redskins won the toss and have elected to receive. The kick is away, and it'll be fielded by the Redskins inside the 15-yard line. Good return back across the 30 to the 34-yard line. Martin with the return for the Skins, so they'll have good field position to start this ball game. Paul, both of these teams come in 1-1. Both 0-1 inside the WBL. They lost different styles of games last week, but both of them coming off losses.
Yeah, Elida with a heartbreaker in overtime last week where they went for the win in overtime and came up short. As we have a fumble here on the first play.
Ball is still loose, and it'll be finally covered by Elida at the 37-yard line. So a costly error early for the Redskins.
It looks like Keanu James, senior linebacker for Elida, jumped on that loose ball. Obviously coming off the disappointing game against Kenton last week. Not the way you want to start any game, but you know, this offense was, for all intents and purposes, shut out as a first-string unit, and now you're giving you know, a solid Elida team great field position to start the game.
Well, the Redskins had the ball to start this ball game. They got one play out of that kickoff return. And now Alexander will be under pressure as he unloads this one down, and it's going to be picked off and then dropped.
Quinn Lottridge almost came up with his 3rd pick of the year. He had it right there. There's some pressure given on Logan Alexander. I believe Thomas Shaneline was able to get some pressure on Alexander right there as soon as he threw it. So the ball was a little bit overthrown for his intended receiver, Clark Etzler, one of his 2 top targets along with number 80, Christian Moran.
Quinn Lottridge, as you mentioned, has 2 interceptions coming into tonight's ball game. That ties him for the tops in the WBL in interceptions. 3 receivers wide to the far side left, 1 to the near side right. Here's a handoff up the middle, not much there for Fry. Seanquez Fry, senior, 5'7", 195. A 1-yard carry on 2nd down brings up a 3rd down and 9.
Well, Elida was able to dodge that bullet with the dropped interception on 1st down. With their field position that they have, you know, this is undoubtedly 4-down territory for them. So no panic for them, even though it's 3rd and long.
Now a 3-receiver set, 2 to the left. 3rd down and 9. Alexander working out of the shotgun as usual, has Fry on his left hip. He's got pressure. He steps up. He's going to run it, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. It'll bring up a 4th down for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and the sophomore quarterback actually is the leading rusher for these Bulldogs, averaging 76 yards a game. So this is how he gets some of his yards, is just in scramble mode, as there's immediate pressure right off the bat by the Redskins. He's able to tuck it up and get what he can, and this does bring up a 4th down and long. However, again, you know, with a great field position, you definitely take this chance every time.
Elida had trouble getting their offense started last week against Defiance in the 1st half, and the Redskins are hoping they can cause similar problems this week. Again, pressure on Alexander, and that pass overthrown, and it'll go over on downs back to the Redskins.
Well, playing against another attack offense in terms of wanting to throw the ball 2 weeks in a row, the one big difference I saw in this is they had pressure every single play on Logan Alexander. We'll see if the Redskins can keep that up.
It's a younger group on the offensive line for Elida. There's no seniors in that group.
Yeah, but they do have some experience. You know, they were kind of young guys playing last year.
Here's Schmergy going off the left side. Not a lot there. He picks up about 3.
You know, all things considered, it pretty much that fumble was nullified, as the Redskins pretty much start where they fumbled from originally.
So they'll mark that one up to the 39-yard line. A gain of 4 for Schmergy on a 1st down carry.
And again, this is the strength versus strength. The Redskins going to do most of their damage on the ground, and so far the Bulldogs against both Defiance and the Adelphia St. John's in the opener have been stellar against the run.
Schmergy again, this time off the right side. He'll get up across the 40-yard line to about the 43, and it'll leave a very manageable 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, and talking with Coach Carpenter before the game, the coach of Elida, he mentioned as one of the big keys to the game is, you know, controlling their run game so that they have a 3rd and long and not get this 3rd and short that they're facing right now.
3rd down and 2, handoff Schmergy, and he runs into a stack of white jerseys at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, and Desmond White stepped up from his linebacker position, was able to hold Schmergy just short of the 4th down, or the 1st down marker. This brings up a 4th down. It looks like Coach Fry's going to go.
Morgan will bring the play in from the sideline.
And again, talking about strength versus strength, this is undoubtedly going to be a run. I think I'd be the most shocked person in the world if Coach Fry dials up a pass here.
Morgan under center. Handoff left side. Cockrell will get the 1st down as he gets across the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, and
that was Metz, wasn't it?
Yeah, Keaton Metz. Again, on that dive play, that's a tendency we're kind of seeing right there, is this just straight dive play on 3rd or 4th and short, just trying to hit that hole as fast as they can. It really is predicated on movement of the offensive line, and that time Fenning and Harrison got enough to move the chains.
Absolutely nothing fancy there. Here's the handoff, Martin. He comes around the near side. He'll get to the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard on the carry.
Yeah, Desmond White doing a tremendous job. Mentioned his name earlier already. Being able to shed the block and come up on that sweep and be able to snuff it out for a 1-yard gain.
It's interesting, we haven't seen Henderson or Eaton in the backfield so far tonight for the Redskins.
Well, Coach Fry has been tinkering a little bit with the lineups, and Henderson's kind of a two-way player, maybe trying to get him a little bit more rest.
Handoff Schmergy right up the gut. He's got midfield and down to the 45 to the 44-yard line, very close to a Redskin first down.
Yeah, just an old-fashioned trap play right there, going between the tackles. Left guard Wyatt Harrison kind of leading the way on the kick out on the trap block, and was able to get the big gainer for the Redskins.
So first down for the Skins at the 43-yard line. Handoff Metz. He goes around the right side. Back to the middle of the field. He's got room to run. Inside the 30, he's going to skate into the end zone. Touchdown.
Great job on the sweep play, cutting it up inside by Keaton Metz. His first touchdown of the year, and just a tremendous job. I've kind of noticed this before. When these plays go big for the Redskins out of this wing T offense, it's when they bend it back and cut back. And rebounding after that disastrous first play, the Redskins put together a tremendous drive, capped off by that long touchdown run by Metz.
So 43-yard touchdown run by Metz. And Heingardner will be on to attempt the extra point.
And it looks like they didn't have the correct personnel out there on the extra point team, so the Redskins have to burn a timeout.
Well, that'll give us an opportunity to take another look at that run by Metz.
You see it's their traditional sweep play, both guards pulling, but there's a little bit of penetration upside, near the hole, so Metz cuts it up inside, cuts all the way back and finds that seam and busts it for the 6 points.
Nice run by Metz, and the Redskins have been able to have some offensive spark in the first quarter here.
And what really makes that play end up going, Dan, and it's tough to necessarily see for us, it's usually, the secondary blocks by the tight ends and the tackles getting onto the linebackers to really spring that for a big play.
Mm-hmm. So after the timeout, Heingardner will be out there to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Cody Morgan. Hold is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 7:25 left first quarter, and the Redskins get on the board first. They lead it 7-0. You are watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
When you see an orange truck, you think G.A. Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because G.A. Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, G.A. Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, think green.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Just call on TSC. Part of your community. TSC. It's as easy as it can be.
Telephone, TV, internet too. We make it all so easy for you. Locally owned, fast service and more. We've got what you're looking for.
TSC. Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
7-0 Redskins as the Wapakoneta offense got on the board here in this first quarter. And Paul, they had some things to put behind them after last week's loss, and then the early fumble. They were able to right their ship and get into the end zone.
Well, I think it was really started off by the defense settling in and getting the stop by the Bulldogs and allowing the Redskins to be able to reassert themselves offensively.
Short kick, and Elida will return it up to about the 40-yard line. So the Bulldog offense will have a good field position to start their second possession of the ball game. Now the Bulldogs last week against Defiance were down 14-0 at halftime. They got their offense going in the second half, rallied to tie things at 21, and went to overtime. Defiance then took the lead in overtime, and the Bulldogs were able to score but went for 2 and weren't able to complete it.
Yeah, and the real heartbreaker of that, they had a short field goal in regulation that would have won the game for them. Was unable to make the field goal there, and that's why that's just as much of a big game for them right now, because no one here wants to start 0-2.
Handoff, Fry, he goes off the left side, and he's going to pick up about 12 yards and an Elida first down. So they had good field position to start this possession, and then a nice gainer on first down.
Yeah, and Shonquez Fry is going to be kind of the difference look that the Redskins didn't see last week against Kenton, where it's 5 wide the entire time. You know, Elida is going to spread people out, but they're almost always going to have another back in the backfield with Alexander.
3 wide to the near side. Again, Fry, and he gets to the line of scrimmage, and he's shut down there. Coming up to make the stop, Nick Stanky.
Yeah, Nick Stanky right there coming up from his linebacker position. Really sniffed out that play. Nice play by him, the 6'3", 185-pound junior.
So no gain on the play, brings up a second down and 10. Ball still at the 47-yard line on the Redskins side of the field. This time they'll send 2 wide to the near side and 1 to the far. Alexander fakes the handoff, fires left side, and that pass broken up. Intended for Stinson on the far side of the field.
Yeah, Lottridge was right there on him on that short hitch. Looked like they were either in a straight man-to-man or possibly even a cover 2 where he had flat responsibility, but was right there, was not fooled, and brings up a 3rd and 10.
Last week, Coach Carpenter said that this offense goes if Alexander goes. So what are the Redskins doing so far in this ball game to disrupt his play?
Well, before they were giving him some pressure, but, you know, coming into the game, Alexander's only completing 52% of his passes, and definitely Coach Carpenter would want a higher percentage than that.
He's on the rollout to the near side of the field. Looks like he's going to tuck it, and he's going to be tripped up and stopped short of the line of scrimmage. Schmergy coming in to make the hit.
Yeah, Schmergy, as we mentioned in the opening, you know, he's their 2-way standout, first-team WBL returning player, and you need him to make plays like that. Open field tackle and just stop that run from getting anywhere.
4th down and 10 now, and the Bulldogs keep the offense on the field. And a flag comes down on the near side of the field as it looks like the Redskins jumped off.
Yeah, Shane Line just a little anxious, wanting to be able to block that punt. It's going to give the Bulldogs 5 extra yards. Bring up a 4th and 5. Looks like Coach Carpenter is going to still opt to keep his, well, looks like he's going to definitely be going for it.
Alexander works out of the shotgun with Fry on his left hip. He has 2 receivers to his right and 1 to the far side left. On a 4th and 5 at the Redskin 42-yard line. We'll switch things up a little bit and move Fry to the other side.
Looks like he's going to kick it now.
Yeah, Alexander puts the foot into it. That one's going to hit and roll into the end zone for the touchback.
Lucky bounce there for the Redskins, and actually I really like what Coach Carpenter did there. They must have some sort of call where they were going to try to see if they could draw them off sides and get the easy first down, and once they saw they didn't, Alexander backed up just a couple steps and quick kicked.
7-0 Redskins with 5:17 left first quarter. And the Redskins will get another crack with it offensively. So far, the Elida offense has been stifled by this Redskin defense. Handoff. Martin up the middle of the field. He's going to get across the 25 to the 27-yard line. So a 7-yard pickup on first down.
Yeah, by my estimation right there, that's about 66 yards on the ground for the Redskins already. That's already over the average that the Bulldogs give up.
Morgan will be under center. Handoff again. This time it is Schmergy up to the 30-yard line. It should have the first down.
Yeah, and Coach Fry's got to be really happy with the movement of his offensive line, specifically the left-hand side, which they seem to be going behind quite a bit.
Defensive line for Elida has 3 seniors on it.
Yeah, and as good as they've been defensively so far, that's really where the only experience is returning. Is Tyler Smith, Chance Whites, and Will Legg. They're only 3 returning starters on defense.
Here's Metz. Spins off a one-man and gets out across the 35 to the 39-yard line, but we have a flag down.
Yeah, it's in the vicinity where you would expect holding.
Mm-hmm.
You see Coach Fry and Cody Morgan looking to see what the call is.
And it's going to go against the Bulldogs on a face mask penalty. Nice run by Metz. He's done a good job carrying the ball here tonight. He already has a 43-yard touchdown run. And after that penalty, it puts the Redskins up to the 46-yard line on the Elida side of the field. Handoff Martin. He comes to the left side. He'll get tripped up as he gets to the line of scrimmage. They may give him the 45, but not a lot there.
And I really need to credit number 36, Jared Weiner, just a 5'7" senior for the Elida defense. Really stringed that play out and didn't give the Redskins any chance to be able to cut that up for any yardage.
Aaron Huffman wide to the far side. Handoff Schmergy. He goes up the middle across the 40-yard line down to the 39. And about 7 yards on the carry for Zach Schmergy. He finished, excuse me, Paul, go ahead.
Oh, just to say, you know, the Redskins obviously doing a really good job getting some chunks of yardage against this tough defense.
Schmergy finished last week's game with 71 yards on the ground on 17 carries. There were not a lot of offensive opportunities last week for the Redskins. Handoff Metz, left side, gets across the line of scrimmage, and he's stacked up after a gain of a couple. I think he's going to be close to the first down marker. We'll see where they spot it.
That's the second time Desmond White had just stepped up and had a tremendous tackle, and he really shut that down. We'll see a good replay. It was enough for the first down. Metz momentum is stopped immediately where he was. However, Desmond White probably didn't come up quite soon enough to stop him from picking up first down yardage.
Seventh play of the drive coming up. Here's a handoff Schmergy. He goes off the left side, and he'll pick up maybe 3 on the play. Down inside the 35-yard line.
You know, I'm not sure what Coach Fry calls that. Back when I was in high school, we used to call that the G play, where the play side guard pulls to the play side to give the ball to your fullback, and it's just a quick, you know, inside tackle play for your fullback. And that's been a pretty successful play for Coach Fry and this offense over the years.
Morgan will roll out to the right. Lobs it upfield, caught by the tight end up around the 21-yard line, and hauling that one in is Jared Smith, and another first down for the Redskins.
Yeah, it's been all run so far, so Coach Fry opts for his first pass play of the game. Goes play action to Jared Smith, who actually leads the Redskins' modest lead with his 4th catch on the season. Just kind of sell the play action pass. No one was open deep, so Morgan wisely goes underneath.
And a handoff up the middle. Not much there for Schmergy. Gets a couple on first down.
And Chance White's kind of got his helmet knocked off, was looking for, you know, a call himself, something about a face mask if his helmet got knocked off.
Gain of 2, second down and 8 now. Ball at the 21-yard line. The Redskins driving again. Under 2 minutes to play first quarter. Here's Metz. He's got room to the right side. Inside the 15, down to the 10. Finally wrestled down as he gets to the 4-yard line.
All sorts of room on that side as the right side of the offensive line did a tremendous job collapsing that side of the defense. And then Wyatt Harrison absolutely plowed his man. As we can see this on the block, just tremendous drive block there by Jared Carpenter. And a 17-yard gain there by Metz sets up a 1st and goal for the Redskins.
Ball at the 4-yard line. Here's the handoff up the middle. Schmergy got close, but he got, no, they're going to say he got in. Good second effort by Schmergy. He got stood up at the goal line and then forced his way in.
Great leg drive, and Coach Fry's got to be happy with the way his team has responded. Their offensive line is getting tremendous movement. Their backs are continuing to move defenders as they get contact, and Schmergy's able to plow in for his first touchdown of the year.
4-yard touchdown run for Zach Schmergy. Heingardner's extra point is up, and it is good. And so with 1:13 remaining first quarter, the Redskins open up a 2-touchdown lead over their WBL rival. You are watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Combine internet, telephone, and cable, and what do you get? Big savings. That's right. With TSC's bundling package, Emerge, you can combine your high-speed internet, telephone, and cable and save lots of money. Watch the convenience emerge, watch the great service emerge, and watch your savings emerge. So call today and bundle all of your services with the local company you know and trust, TSC.
TSC. Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
Back here at Harmon Field, Dan Hirn and Paul Sadler with you. 14-0, the Redskins with the lead. And Paul, a prototypical Redskin drive on that last scoring possession.
Yeah, pretty much all on the ground. One pass play, you know, it's kind of a change up there, but again, ground bases. We have a big return here.
Up the middle of the field and finally slipping and falling as he got near midfield is Caleb Press. Big return, and that sets up Elida with great field position inside Redskin territory at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, and it's the 3rd time they've had really good field position. We'll see if they can capitalize. But just to kind of finish our point on that 80-yard drive, they had 71 yards rushing. Again, coming into this game, this Elida defense has only been giving up 59.5 yards rushing over an entire game.
43 yards on the kickoff return by Caleb Press. Sets up Elida's offense. When Elida has had fantastic field position on each of their possessions.
We really got to credit the Redskin defense for not letting them move the chains.
Alexander out of the shotgun. Fry on the right side. He is back to pass. Has time. Fires it over the middle of the field and incomplete. Looked like miscommunication on that one.
Yeah, because he had basically an all-go where the outside receivers were going down the sidelines and the inside receivers were just running down the hashes, and he threw the ball like someone should have been cutting off and ran a post.
Alexander now 0 for 4 passing the ball.
And again, the key to this game, you know, is the accuracy of the quarterback. And, you know, he's only at 52% for the season. You know, he needs to hit a higher percentage if Elida's going to score against the stingy defense.
He rolls out, left side, fires it toward the sideline. This one's caught up near the 35-yard line. It should be close to a first down.
Yeah, that's Clark Etzler on the reception. He had 12 catches coming in, which was 7th in the Western Buckeye League. At least in yards, he was 7th in the Western Buckeye League. He also played quarterback for them last year, as they had a good problem last year where they had Alexander as a sophomore playing at quarterback, and then Logan Alexander as a freshman also at quarterback. 2 talented guys, and one of them had to go to receiver, and Etzler was a good choice.
It looks like they're looking at him over there on the sideline.
Sounds like it's a helmet issue over there.
Well, they either got his helmet fixed or they gave him another one.
I think they did give him another one.
There.
So, you know, thank one of the JV players. Get back out there.
I know my helmet was always available for use, so 44 seconds left first quarter. Clock is rolling. 2 receivers wide to the near side on a first down and 10 at the 35-yard line of the Redskins. Handoff Fry. He goes to the left, not much there. Gets a couple of yards on the first down carry, and then the ball looks like it came loose.
Yeah, and they are going to call it a fumble.
The Redskins are going to take it. I haven't seen the official indicate. And now they will. So Redskin ball, that's a huge turnover for Elida because their offense had just finally started to move.
And the line judge kind of was a little deliberate. I think he wanted to make sure, he talked to the other officials to make sure that they had the correct call made, which I'm okay with, because as long as the right call is made, you know, everybody should be at least happy with that the process works. But irregardless, the Bulldogs got to be disappointed that for the 3rd time they've had good field position and they've come up empty.
Redskin defense having a good night so far. Elida started that drive at the Redskin 45-yard line after a fantastic kickoff return.
So Elida is dominated in terms of opening field position, but the Redskins have been able to put drives together while the Bulldogs have not.
Schmergy up the middle of the field across the 40. He'll be close to another first down as he goes down at the 44-yard line.
And this has been a great first quarter for the Redskins, as it looks like we might be coming to an end. They could get another play off if they want to, as we're at the 15-second mark. But Schmergy, who just coming off the touchdown that last drive, was able to put a first down run together there.
What a difference a week makes. Last week at the end of the first quarter, the Redskins couldn't wait for that quarter to be over. This week, up 14-0 after one. You're watching high school football on Game Face, Ohio.
Sure, you don't need a set-top box to watch cable, but without one, you're not getting everything your TV has to offer. Add a set-top box from TSC to your television and get more channels. Get a channel guide that tells you all about the shows. Run multiple devices through one universal remote, and you can even add DVR and HD channels. Get everything your TV has to offer with a set-top box. Call TSC and ask for your set-top box today.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Strength is about so much more than the body. It's about being together, serving, sharing, and caring for those around us. It's about keeping score in the heart rather than on a scoreboard. Be a part of a community that builds more than your body. At the Wapakoneta Family YMCA.
Back here for the start of the second quarter. And the Redskins have been in control so far. Their defense has been locking down the Elida offense. Elida 1 of 5 passing so far tonight. And only 25 yards of offense on 11 plays.
Yeah, that's not a very good average per play at all. Totally domination for the Wapak Redskins so far. Really the only thing that went Elida's way was the opening snap, and the Redskins defense was able to dig in and kind of, nullify that as well.
Keaton Metz having a good start so far. 5 carries, 72 yards through 1 quarter of play. Here's a handoff Martin. He goes off the left side, and he'll be stacked up as he gets to the 47-yard line. A pickup of 2.
And Coach Fry, again, kind of, going to his bench a little bit and working in a lot of different guys. We've seen Schmergy, we've seen Metz a lot, as you mentioned, having a big game so far. Number 10, Logan Martin. Obviously, we've seen John Eaton overtime, and Adam Henderson had the real big game week 1 versus Bell Fountain.
Here's a handoff Schmergy. He goes right side, and he gets up across midfield to the 49-yard line of Elida.
And really, when you come off a loss like you did last week, you want to ride your senior, and that senior leader for them is Zach Schmergy. This is still a pretty young team for Wapak. They really only have 3 real senior starters on the offense.
Morgan has only thrown 1 pass so far tonight. He completed it for 9 yards. Here's the handoff left side, not much there. And
that time Elida was able to sniff out that drive play behind the left-hand side of the line. Looks like Coach Fry is going to keep his offense on the field and go for it here on this 4th down. If we do see Morgan take to the air, he's now 10 for 17 on the season throwing the ball. He's actually 2nd in the Western Buckeye League in pass efficiency.
Well, Elida's going to have to show that they can stop the run before there's any need for him to throw the ball. Flags come down as this play gets started. And a false start against the Redskins.
Well, that's going to change Coach Fry's mind as you back it up 5 yards to bring up a 4th and 9 instead. So Elida with the penalty-aided drive is going to be able to get the ball back.
Cameron Locke will be back to punt it away. He'll stand at his own 30-yard line. And Clark Etzler, the junior receiver, will stand back inside his own 20 to receive the punt. Locke gets a foot into it. Good kick. It will hit at the 22-yard line and take an Elida bounce. It is slapped down there at the 22. So the Bulldogs will start with their worst starting field position of the night. And that's at their own 23.
Well, they haven't done a whole lot with the good field position so far, so, you know, maybe getting the ball in a different spot, things might click a little bit different.
Paul, we've seen this is the third game that this Redskin defense has looked at a spread-style offense, kind of contrast and compare the three that we've seen so far.
Well, this is actually really similar to what they saw in week 1 against Bell Fountain, where there's always seems to be a back in the backfield with 3 to 4 wide receivers at a time. Kenton's a different type of animal where it's, there's a fumble again.
Ball loose, and this one's going to be covered by the Redskins. Henderson jumps on it at the 31-yard line.
And that's Henderson's third takeaway of the year. He also has an interception. That's his second fumble recovery, and the Bulldogs, just nothing seemed to be going right for them.
That was a quarterback keeper. Logan Alexander coughed that one up.
So just to get a quarterback keeper off the read option, and the ball just kind of comes out. I believe it got kind of knocked out by a Redskin defender in tremendous field position, and another break for the Redskins. You know, Dan, we were kind of talking off camera, you know, about how Elida's in a familiar territory. They're down 14-0 before, and they were able to come back. But you don't want to make a living being down 14-0, especially against the Doug Fry team.
And when Metz is having a night like this, he's going to run into the end zone for the second time tonight. 31 yards on the carry for Metz.
And in the battle of strengths, there is a no doubt winner right now. This Redskin offense is running all over the soon to not be top ranked running defense of the Redskins, as Metz, as you mentioned, finds the end zone for the second time tonight.
His last touchdown was a 43-yard run. This one 31 yards. The extra point by Heingardner is up and good, and a 3-touchdown lead for the Wapakoneta Redskins. Second quarter of play, 9:51 remaining, and you are watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Who do I call?
Since 1946, home and business owners have trusted Frost Roofing to help make the best roofing decision for their home building and budget.
Do you guarantee your work?
With an industry-leading 50-year labor and materials guarantee on select CertainTeed shingles, Frost Roofing has you covered.
So, what if I decide to move?
Frost will transfer this incredible warranty to the new owners, increasing the value of your home.
Church, home, or business, Frost Roofing offers you the comfort of knowing your roofing system is guaranteed by a professional roofing contractor.
High-speed internet.
TSC offers 5 high-speed internet packages, and we have one that's just right for you, no matter how much or how little you use the internet.
24/7 free local technical support, and if you require a service call, you'll be pleased to know that we keep our appointments.
Bundle your high-speed internet with your phone and cable and save big money with our Emerge plan.
Ask about high-speed internet from TSC today.
Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
9:51 left in the half, and a completely different ball game than what we were looking at last week, as the Redskins have jumped out early to a 21-0 lead over Elida. Heingardner has it teed up to kick it away. And for the Bulldogs, their offense has struggled to get started, and they've created problems for themselves by turning the ball over as well. Press has a little trouble fielding this one, but he'll pick it up and bring it across the 25 to the 27.
And Coach Carpenter needs to talk to his young team, and it is a very young team with only 2 senior starters on the offense. Just settle them down. You're on the road here in the Western Buckeye League. It's not going to be easy. We're down 3 scores. We were down 2 scores last week, and we were able to come all the way back. Let's just relax. Let's play our game. Take it one drive at a time. And, you know, you'll see if they were ever able to get some points on the board and kind of stop this bleeding, if you will, you know, they might be able to settle in and have a chance in this ball game.
Alexander will work with Fry on his left hip, and 2 receivers out to his right, 1 to the near side left. He will hand it off to Fry, who looks for the corner on the far side, and he is going to be knocked out of bounds near the 29-yard line. Gain of a couple on the first down play.
Yeah, running that read option. And actually, to get back to your point that we were talking about before, the fumble, you were kind of asking, how different is this from Kenton? Kenton is a different animal where it's 5 wide the entire time. They're playing fast break, want to snap the ball almost immediately. When the ball is blown into play. Elida's a little bit more measured in what they do. The play clock's already down to 15. It's not snapped. They look at their plays on the play list. A lot more called plays for the Bulldogs.
Alexander rolls out. He fires. It's caught by Moran up across the 40 to the 43-yard line, and he's going to be pushed up to the 45, 46 before he's brought down. A first down for Elida.
Yeah, that's Moran's 14th catch on the season. He had 249 yards receiving coming into the game. That's good enough for third in the Western Buckeye League. Been the big play receiver for them with 3 touchdowns coming in. Wide open in that curl route there against the cover 2 look of the Redskins.
It goes for 17 yards and a first down. Moran, a junior, 6'2", 185, and one of the favorite targets of Logan Alexander.
Yeah, coming into the game, he has 28 pass completions, and between Etzler and Moran, they have 25 of those 28.
He's got pressure as he rolls out to the right and fires it upfield. That one incomplete. Off the hands of his intended receiver, and I think that was Etzler near the 48.
Yeah, he didn't get to him this time, but we're seeing Thomas Shaneline, kind of making a living and getting penetration and starting to chase Alexander. The Bulldogs are going to have to adjust and try to locate him to make sure that they keep their quarterback, harassment free.
Right. Second down and 10 now. It'll be Fry up the middle of the field. He's got room across midfield to the 40, bounces off one tackler and plows his way down to the 34-yard line.
Oh, great job that time. An explosive run by Fry, and then also, getting that little extra yardage there by knocking over Cody Morgan. But great job by the offensive line, the interior offensive line, led by the center, returning sophomore starter Tristan Edwards, number 57, to get the best play of the night so far for the Bulldogs.
20-yard carry for Fry. He looks like he's a load to bring down once he gets going.
Yeah, and he actually has a little bit of helmet issue himself, so we have a official's timeout.
And it looks like Coach Carpenter will take this opportunity to talk to his quarterback a little bit before.
By the way, as a former football coach, I can really appreciate Coach Carpenter's outfit, wearing the sweatshirt but yet shorts.
Right. Yep. They're not over there for a fashion show, Paul. Alexander rolls out, looking downfield, fires to the right side, and a little bit too tall for Christian Moran. He had good coverage on him by Henderson.
And the light on those called rollouts have kind of interesting pass protection. And this is one that we used to do when I was in college as well, is where basically you just take one step towards the rollout and then you turn 90 degrees, and then anybody who crosses your face, you take them. The one problem with that is if you have someone who can really come quick off the ball, sometimes they can get by you because you're just not in a nice low athletic position.
Desmond White into the ball game. He gets the carry. He's up across the 30. He'll turn it back toward the middle of the field and go down as he gets to the 26.
So Elida having some success on the ground against this Redskin defense. They've been doing a pretty good job against the pass, but the Bulldogs finally getting their best drive of the night together, primarily on the ground.
So White stumbled a little bit there making that cut, but a positive gain, 8 yards on the carry, and a third down and 2 coming up. It'll be the 7th play of this drive.
And they are 0 for 2 in this early game on third down conversions.
Fry back into the game after getting his helmet taken care of. 3 receivers wide to the right. Fakes the handoff, does Logan. And he'll go up the middle himself. It looks like he's going to be short of the first down.
Yeah, just barely short right there. He actually made the correct read on that read option as they were looking right there at the big old sophomore for Wapak, number 85, Corey Crawford. He was there to be able to take the running back, so correctly Alexander kept the ball and got what he could, but it's still short, but fourth in a short one.
So now 4th and 1. Alexander looks to the sideline for the play. They are 0 for 1 on 4th down. And a whistle and a timeout going to be taken by the Redskins. So Coach Fry wants to talk things over as the Redskins face a 4th and 1 here. 6:47 remaining in the half, and the Redskins on top 21-0. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
When you see an orange truck, you think G.A. Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because G.A. Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, G.A. Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, think green.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Just call on TSC. Part of your community. TSC. It's as easy as it can be.
Telephone, TV, internet too. We make it all so easy for you. Locally owned, fast service and more. We've got what you're looking for.
TSC. Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
A 4th down and 1 coming up for Elida, and Paul, in this short yardage situation, size on the offensive line is vital.
Yeah, Elida has got some experience, but they're young and they're not that big. They only have 2 guys, Cersei and Khan, that are over 200 pounds, although they're 230 and 245, but they're outsized going against this bigger Redskin defensive front.
Boy, the Bulldogs would love to convert on this 4th and 1, and Logan Alexander dropped the ball as he moved toward the line of scrimmage. He was lucky to cover it. If he did, and I guess it wouldn't matter anyway, it was 4th and 1, so the ball will go back over to the Redskins.
So the Bulldogs having a tough time holding on to the ball, and, that's just totally unforced. Alexander, looks like he had enough of a crease to possibly pick up that first down, but you got to take care of the first thing. No one's trying to tackle you at that time. You got to be able to secure the football, and in that case, move the chains and keep the drive alive.
So Elida has hurt themselves again here in this first half. Redskins with a 21-0 lead, and Schmerge will bring it to the near side of the field. He's up to the 30, cuts it back toward the center of the field, and pushes his way up to the 34-yard line. Almost 9 yards on that first down carry for Schmerge.
And Coach Fry would love nothing more than just have another long drive right here and put some more points up on the board and just really, try to take any steam that Elida had out of them.
Well, they've already put together an 11-play, 80-yard drive that ate up 4 minutes. And that's the kind of drive that you're talking about here, Paul. Metz with the carry, gets the first down across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Metz has looked good tonight.
Yeah, Metz actually hasn't been playing a lot on the offensive side. As mentioned, Coach Fry kind of tinkering with his offense, playing lots of different guys in the backfield, and Metz making the most of his opportunity tonight.
He'll get the ball again, this time to the right side, dives across the 40 up to the 42-yard line.
Metz did a really good job, staying on the butt of his pulling guard right there, and Harrison was able to, kind of seal off in the pursuit in the middle and was able to lean forward for an extra yard or 2.
2nd down and 5 coming up. Beside of the lone wideout, he lines up to the left, and it's Schmerge on the quick Handoff up to the 45-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play.
Yeah, that's what they call that little G play. Basically, what he's trying to do is cut it up inside that tackle tight end position and find that little soft spot, then put a shoulder down to be able to move the pile and get exactly what they have right here, which is a 3rd and short.
Morgan with a pitch to Schmergy. He comes to the near side. He escapes one tackler, plows across the midfield and down to the 43-yard line on the other side.
Yeah, great job sidestepping Desmond White right there, who's actually kind of slow to get up for the Bulldogs. You know, Schmergy makes his living between the tackles. However, this time was able to, do a great job going to the outside, and we really need the credit right there. Number 10, Logan Martin, for really a great drive block on the outside.
11-yard pickup for Schmergy. He had 47 yards on the ground in the first quarter, so the ground game really working for the Redskins here tonight.
Yeah, and again, we kind of mentioned Elida had, some returnees, but, we got to mention that Wapak offensive line is returning 4 starters from last year, and there's a lot more beef on the Redskins side, as the smallest one of these guys is 230.
Here Martin with the first down carry off the left side. He gets 3 yards. That puts the Redskins offense on the ground. They've totaled 25 running plays, almost 200 yards. 196 yards on the ground so far.
And they come into the game second in the Western Buckeye League at 217 a game. They're definitely going to look to improve on that.
Up the middle, more positive yards on the ground up to the 35-yard line. They'll spot that one at the 36, actually. 3rd down and 3 coming up.
And so far, this has been a dream drive for Coach Fry and a nightmare one for Coach Carpenter. Both of them want to avoid, the Bulldogs want to avoid this situation, a 3rd and 2, but the Redskins keep getting positive to set up this 3rd and short.
Here's the handoff. Metz off the left side. He's got another first down to the 30-yard line.
And on 3rd and short, the Bulldogs, they got to know it's coming. The dive play off the left-hand side. This time, it's been Metz. We've seen Eaton over the years running, or over the last couple weeks running it as well. But it's a chain mover for him. It's not the most exciting play in the world for fans, but it's just so effective for this offense.
Here's the handoff to Schmergy. He's hitting the backfield and tripped up as he gets across the 30. He'll fall forward to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, Jared Weiner was there, and Schmergy almost was able to break that tackle, but he just held on just long enough to trip him up and finally get, a sort of stop on this drive with just a 1-yard gain.
2nd down and 9 now, under 3 minutes to play in the half. Martin and Schmergy behind Morgan. Here's the handoff to Metz. He comes off the right side. He'll get inside the 25, dives down to the 22-yard line. And Paul again setting up a 3rd down and short.
Yeah, and again, Jared Carpenter, with a great block right there to create that soft edge. And, Coach Fry would probably like a little bit shorter than 3rd and 3, but still, again, when Coach Carpenter was talking earlier, he wants to control their run game so that they're in 2nd and 3rd and long, and 3rd and 3 is not where they want to be.
Morgan brings him to the line for the 11th play of the drive, and Schmergy finds a hole up the middle of the field, powers his way down to the 11-yard line.
And that was just great vision by Schmergy. You could see him hit the hole, but then pause just a little bit and see that crease on the just to the left. He made that cut and was able to make, the big run for the first down. We'll see this right here. See him just kind of pause and then just cut right off the drive block there of his offensive line. I think that's Will Rankin, the right guard, with the big block.
Martin off the left side. He's got room. Dives into the end zone. Touchdown. Boy, Martin and Metz have been a great compliment to Schmergy coming out of the backfield tonight.
Yeah, this three-headed monster of this week has been extremely effective for the Wapak Redskins, and you really got to credit the offensive line for really stepping up against this tough Bulldog defense, and they've made it almost look easy, Dan.
Logan Martin with the touchdown run, and that'll bring Heingardner out to tack on the extra point. His kick is up, and it is through. 1:59 left in the half, and the Redskins have opened up a 4-touchdown lead over Elida. You are watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
Combine internet, telephone, and cable, and what do you get? Big savings. That's right. With TSC's bundling package, Emerge, you can combine your high-speed internet, telephone, and cable and save lots of money. Watch the convenience emerge, watch the great service emerge, and watch your savings emerge. So call today and bundle all of your services with the local company you know and trust, TSC.
TSC. Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
1:59 left in the half. The Redskins now with a commanding 28-0 lead. And Paul, that last drive, 12 plays, 75 yards, 4 minutes 43 seconds. It's like they asked Coach Fry what he wanted to do, and he just wrote it down.
Yeah, it's starting to get out of hand here. If the Bulldogs can't put something together here to get just a little bit of momentum going into the second half.
Press bobbles the kick return, but fields it. He's going to be hit and dropped inside the 15 at about the 12-yard line. So the Bulldogs have done very little right so far in this game.
Yeah, and as bad as it was last week for the Redskins, it's almost completely opposite. You know, they felt this helpless, nothing going right feeling against Kenton last week, and now almost everything is going their way here against a good Elida team.
And they haven't even had to be that creative offensively. They've just been run left, run right.
Well, Coach Fry is not afraid to be, getting back to the basics on offense.
Logan Alexander will work with 3 receivers, 2 to his right, 1 to his left. He has Fry back there with him, he will take the handoff. Up the middle of the field, he's still on his feet as he backs down to the 27-yard line. Excuse me, the 22-yard line.
If they can hold on to the ball, Elida's had success running the ball, especially between the tackles out of that read option look. In that case, Fry getting the ball between the tackles. But, they've just got to hold on to the ball.
Right. Yeah, those 2 fumbles that they've had so far have been very costly. Alexander on a 2nd down and about 2. He will keep it himself, dives forward, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and they've had very little success with him running the ball.
Yeah, Isaac Kirby right there making the play. Coach Patterson has got to be pleased here with his defensive effort so far as we go under a minute to go. You see this 3rd and short right here, and, maybe Coach Fry gets a little more aggressive, and maybe they might look to try to score again. Imperative that the Bulldogs get a 1st down here.
3rd down and 2. Alexander takes a step. He will hand it off to Fry. Fry looking for the corner, falls. The ball loose again at the 21-yard line. We'll see who has it.
Well, we'll see one official's marking him down, but the umpire in the back threw the beanbag, which indicates he thought that the ball was loose. We'll see what they decide.
No indication yet.
They're running the clock.
And that is going to prompt the Redskins to take a timeout with 24 seconds left. So
well, and that's exactly what I was kind of thinking about. If you get the stop here, use a timeout, force them to punt the ball. In this case, you could go for an all-out block, and if you get it, you're probably going to score a touchdown. Otherwise, if you, as we see a replay right here, otherwise, if you get a 15-yard penalty, who cares? And that one was really close to being a fumble. We could see Fry on his way down. I didn't see if the ball was coming out loose or not. We do have a little bit of time, guys. If we can run that back one more time.
Well, the Redskins took their 3rd timeout right there.
Okay, here we get to see it on the replay again. See if we can slow this down and see if there is a fumble or not, as we see just a little different angle. Yeah, it looks like that ball was out right there. Great job in the truck getting another angle on that.
So that will, they've changed the time on the clock to 27 seconds. And Elida will be forced to kick it away. Now the Redskins don't have any timeouts left.
Kind of looking at it, it looks like his knee was down. So either way, the punt team is out here for the Bulldogs.
Now the officials are talking things over again.
Well, even though we have replay in the stadium based off the feed from our truck, there's definitely no true instant replay in high school football.
Right. Snap back to Etzler. He puts the foot into it. It'll be fielded by Henderson inside Wapakoneta territory. He takes it across midfield and goes out of bounds on the far side, inside the 35 at about the 34-yard line. So they'll have 16 seconds to work with here. We'll see if Coach Fry decides to do anything with those 16 seconds.
Yeah, look for him to go to that shotgun package that they do have. You know, goes ahead and puts his junior quarterback Cody Morgan in the shotgun position. They have no timeouts left, so you can't take a sack. The only thing you can't do here is throw an interception.
You got Metz lined up wide to the near side on the right. Morgan fakes the handoff. He gets some pressure. He lobs it over to the near side where Schmergy was wide open, but the pass short hopped him and incomplete. But they drew that one up well.
Yeah, well-designed play, just execution was not there. Morgan didn't put enough mustard on that one. Schmergy was definitely wide open. He would have had to break some tackles possibly to get all the way to the end zone. But you know, that would have been a backbreaker if that would have connected.
So now 11 seconds left. Morgan will again work out of the shotgun. Metz wide to the near side right. Huffman wide to the far side. They go to Metz. Now Metz will fire it down the near side, and it's caught by Morton. Touchdown. And a flag down back here at the 38-yard line. We'll see what that one's about.
Well, the two guys have already ran for a combined 3 touchdowns. Going to connect on a touchdown here. The flag is down. I want to know if they thought that Metz might have been a forward pass initially to him. That first pass has to be backwards, and then it's considered a lateral. If that's the case, then you're definitely able to throw the ball again.
Well, they're bringing the ball back toward midfield, so that's going to negate what was a pretty spectacular play.
Yeah, but that is a call, an illegal forward pass. So they must have ruled that Morgan, when he threw the ball to Metz, it must have been forward. So here we're going to see the replay. It's about right at it. It went from the 39-yard line to about the 39-yard line. So judgment call on the officials. He judged it went forward, so.
Pretty close. Morgan under some pressure now, rolling out to the near side, and he is going to be sacked back at the 50-yard line. And that will be the final play of the first half. So Elida with the sack to end the half, but that was one of the few things that went well for them through the first 2 quarters of play. We're at halftime here at Harmon Field, and the Redskins with a 28-0 lead. You are watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Strength is about so much more than the body. It's about being together, serving, sharing, and caring for those around us. It's about keeping score in the heart rather than on a scoreboard. Be a part of a community that builds more than your body. At the Wapakoneta Family YMCA.
Sure, you don't need a set-top box to watch cable, but without one, you're not getting everything your TV has to offer. Add a set-top box from TSC to your television and get more channels. Get a channel guide that tells you all about the shows. Run multiple devices through one universal remote, and you can even add DVR and HD channels. Get everything your TV has to offer with a set-top box. Call TSC and ask for your set-top box today.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
halftime here at Harmon Field, and the Redskins with a dominating first half. They lead 28-0. And Paul, the Redskins have done what they wanted to do throughout the first half. They've been helped out by a couple of turnovers by Elida, but all in all, Coach Fry can't ask for much better than what he's gotten so far.
No, pretty much thorough domination, as you said, in that first half for Wapak. And Coach Carpenter obviously, has to take a look in the mirror with his team to see if they can kind of turn this around and get going into the stretch run of their season.
Let's go ahead and take a look at stats through the first half.
Well, one-sided exactly as you would expect. In first downs, Wapak with a 14-4 advantage. And overall yards, specifically on the ground, all Wapak with a 239-yard to 89-yard advantage. Yards per play, a robust 6.8 yards per play for Wapak. And third down conversions, a very, very good 4 for 6 on third down conversions for the Redskins, and 0 for 4 for the Bulldogs.
Individual statistics look like this. Couple of key guys on the ground for the Redskins in the first half.
Yeah, Connor Metz doing, Keaton Metz, making the most of his opportunity on offense. On 10 rushes, has 123 yards for 2 touchdowns. Zach Smergy with 91 yards on the ground and a touchdown. And Logan Martin chipping in 23 with a touchdown as well. Over on the Elida side, Fry with 42 yards rushing. Alexander with 11 yards rushing, as they've had some modest success on offense, but the biggest glaring mark for Elida is Alexander, only 2 for 8 passing for the half.
Now Elida has had a slow first half before. They did it last week against Defiance. They were able to come back and get things started for them offensively in the second half. We'll see if they're able to do that here tonight. We'll take you out of the break with a look at first half highlights from tonight's ball game. A lot of good things going for the Redskins in the first half. We'll be back with the start of the second half after this break. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
High-speed internet.
TSC offers 5 high-speed internet packages, and we have one that's just right for you, no matter how much or how little you use the internet.
24/7 free local technical support, and if you require a service call, you'll be pleased to know that we keep our appointments.
Bundle your high-speed internet with your phone and cable and save big money with our Emerge plan.
Ask about high-speed internet from TSC today.
Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
Who do I call?
Since 1946, home and business owners have trusted Frost Roofing to help make the best roofing decision for their home building and budget.
Do you guarantee your work?
With an industry-leading 50-year labor and materials guarantee on select CertainTeed shingles, Frost Roofing has you covered.
So what if I decide to move?
Frost will transfer this incredible warranty to the new owners, increasing the value of your home.
Church, home, or business, Frost Roofing offers you the comfort of knowing your roofing system is guaranteed by a professional roofing contractor.
Back here for the start of the second half. The Redskins will tee it up and kick it away as they started the ball game with the ball. So Elida with an opportunity, Paul. They get the ball to start the second half, and if they can do anything in this second half, they need to do something positive with their first possession.
Yeah, we'll see how the Bulldogs respond to Coach Carpenter's talk at halftime. Obviously cannot be pleased with their execution in the first half on the offense. They need to take care of the ball better. They need to hit a higher percentage of their pass, only completing 25% of their passes, and actually put some points on the board.
Kick is away. It'll be fielded by Press at the 14-yard line. He's back up across the 15 to the 19-yard line. Looks like he picked that up about the 12, excuse me.
Yeah, nice tackle by Jacob Hartman, and there's actually a slew of Redskins right there available in the middle to make the tackle. Press tried to cut to the outside, and if he was able to turn the corner, he might have got some yardage. But again, as mentioned, Hartman right there to make the play.
He talked about how the Elida offense, 2 of 8 passing in the first half. They kind of went away from the pass in their later possessions in the first half. We'll see what they do when they come out of the huddle here.
Well, one of the reasons why they went away from the pass is the offensive line was having a tough time keeping Alexander from getting hit on the dropbacks. So, it starts with them.
Etzler in motion across the backfield, and the handoff goes to Fry. He spins and gets up across the 20 to the 29-yard line. He's a nifty back to watch.
Yeah, he's got a little burst to him. I want to point out number 62, Quinn Searcy, right here at left guard with a nice seal block down there. Actually puts his man to the ground. That allows for the big gain on first down and a good start for the Bulldogs.
Moran and Etzler will line up wide to the near side on the left. One receiver wide to the far side right. And Logan Alexander working out of the shotgun. He again sends Etzler in motion across the backfield. Hand off to Fry. He's hit immediately in the backfield and dropped for a loss.
As Shane Line there with the penetration again and trying to get the crowd up afterwards. Very pumped up after that play. He's done a very good job getting into the backfield, mostly for quarterback pressure. But this time you can see him right there to be able to make the hit immediately to be able to get that tackle for loss.
And Fry, no escape on that run. 2-yard loss on the play, 2nd down and 12 coming up. Alexander rolls out to the right, stops, fires it, and it's caught. It'll be Etzler up across the 40 to the 46-yard line, and I think he lost the ball.
They're going to mark him down, at least the official here on the near side definitely pointing to the ground. That's only the 2nd catch and 3rd overall reception as a team, but that's the 2nd catch for Etzler on the night. And even a positive play with just a tinge of a little what's going on here for the Bulldogs. But now they have a couple positive plays here, finding that gap, see if they can keep moving.
18 yards on the reception. Here's the handoff to Fry. He goes off the right side, gains a couple before being turned back up to about the 48-yard line.
Again, they've had some success, running some quick stuff between the tackles. But as we mentioned, the Elida offense, they have 3 returning starters with Bleimer at left tackle, Tristan Edwards, as I mentioned before, at center, Brandon Cohn at right guard. But they are sort of undersized.
Well, if this Elida team is going to get back into this game, they're going to have to start clicking in the passing department. They trail by 4 touchdowns. A 2nd down and 9 here. Fake the handoff. Pass over the middle of the field and incomplete. Intended for Sumter near the 30-yard line.
And, Coach Patterson, defensive coordinator for the Redskins, getting a little bit more interested in defending the run as they've changed it to a man-free look right there. If Alexander could get it going and get the receivers get a little bit of separation, there could be some opportunities for big plays to be made.
3rd down and 9 coming up. 2 receivers wide to the right for Elida, 1 to the near side left. They put Etzler in motion to the near side. There's the snap. Pressure. Alexander rolls out, lobs it, and it's incomplete, intended for Etzler near the 40-yard line.
They're running kind of a flood pattern right there where, they're trying to overload the zone defense. However, they're not really in a zone. So because of that, they weren't really open. But that's kind of a combo pattern that's meant to go against, say a 2-deep defense. but the Redskins had the perfect defense called for that.
Well, that incompletion on third down makes Elida 0 for 5 on third down conversions. Now a 4th down and 9 coming up. And it looks like Logan Alexander is going to back up into the punt. Short kick. It'll take an Elida bounce and roll down inside the 30 to about the 27.
And Coach Patterson there to congratulate his defense coming off the field. A good job them getting the stop and getting the offense back on the field.
Well, and Elida, they watched this Redskin offense for a good portion of the first half because the Redskins controlled the ball for 14.5 minutes.
And the Bulldogs came in as one of the top-rated defenses in the Western Buckeye League. We need to see if they can make a stand and really, finally show that they can stop this Redskin offense. And, judging by that first run, the Redskins still, seem to be dominating the offensive line of the line of scrimmage.
8-yard carry for Metz on a first down. Takes the ball out to the 35-yard line.
Sophomore Aaron Huffman running in place. Also, he played some quarterback in the fourth quarter last week.
There's Schmergy. He'll pick up the first down and a little bit extra out to the 40-yard line. So the formula hasn't changed at all here as the Redskins offense comes back out here in this second half. 2 handoffs and 2 positive gains. And Elida is going to have to show that they can slow down that running game if they're going to do anything.
And we have a player down for the Bulldogs.
We'll take a timeout while they attend to the injured Elida Bulldog. 9:02 left third quarter, and the Redskins in command 28-0. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Just call on TSC. Part of your community, TSC. It's as easy as it can be.
Telephone, TV, internet too. We make it all so easy for you. Locally owned, fast service and more. We've got what you're looking for.
TSC. Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
When you see an orange truck, you think GA Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because GA Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, GA Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange GA Windsor & Son truck, think green.
Jared Weiringer, the injured Bulldog, he's able to get up and walk off under his own power. And as play resumes, the Redskins will have first down and 10 at their own 40-yard line. Handoff up the middle of the field, and Schmergy plows up to the 50-yard line.
Schmergy actually showing, a little bit more finesse on his runs, quite frankly, instead of just being, steamroller trying to run everybody over. Doing a really good job picking in his spots and, making a couple guys miss and get a big gain on first down to make it a 2nd and 1.
I think we should maybe talk to the linebacking core for Elida about how much finesse he's showing out there.
That's true.
I think they may disagree. One receiver wide, that's Huffman on a 2nd down and 1. And Schmergy emerges from the pile and gets down to the 41-yard line.
And not showing any finesse right there, finishing off that run. Elida does have 2 really big defensive tackles, Chance Whites and Will Legg, some returning starters. But once you get past them, Wapak definitely has the size advantage on the field, and it's really showing in terms of rushing yardage.
You could probably count on one hand, Paul, the number of times that Schmergy or any running back for the Redskins has been stopped at the line of scrimmage. Here's Martin off the left side, and he's going to have a first down as he gets down to the 31.
Yeah, we saw Metz do it earlier, and that time it was Martin on that sweep. It's not always an easy run because your pulling guards are right in front of you. You really have to feel where they're at and just stay really tight to their blocks and trust that they're going to make that block. And you can't necessarily always run full speed because you'll run up past your blockers.
11-yard carry for Martin and another first down. That last carry by Schmergy put him at 115 yards on the night. Morgan under center. Handoff. Metz coming to the near side. He's got room across the 25 down to the 21-yard line.
Again, just gashing this defense right now for the Bulldogs. Again, all credit to the offensive line of the Redskins. Just getting big chunks at a time. And again, it's not just the offensive line. Again, second time I'll point out there, Logan Martin doing a great job, drive blocking his man.
With Metz over 100 yards already now, and Schmergy having 115 as he gets the carry here. The Redskins have two backs that have rushed for over 100 yards here tonight.
That time Amari Gooding for Elida was able to make the play from behind, but not before first down was made.
That puts the ball up near the 17-yard line. And the Redskins putting together another extended drive. This will be the 8th play. Handoff Metz. He's got room inside the 10, hit at the 5, and brought down as he gets to the 2.
Yeah, freshman Peyton Smith right there was the only person standing between Metz and a third touchdown. But again, the Redskins are in a tremendous spot to be able to put some more points on the board after that run.
14 yards on the carry for Metz. And the Redskins knocking on the door again. Ball spotted at the 2. Make it the 3-yard line. Here's Schmergy up the middle. Touchdown.
And he's in for his second touchdown of the night out of the full house backfield. Everything clicking for the Redskins tonight as they're an extra point away from going up 35-0. Just a tremendous game so far for the Redskins. Everything they could have wanted from a football game so far is they seem to have gotten.
Heingardner will be out there to attempt the extra point. He's been busy tonight.
Still perfect on the year from extra points.
Morgan with the hold. The kick is up. And the kick is good. 6:07 left third quarter. 35-0 in favor of the Redskins. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Combine internet, telephone, and cable, and what do you get? Big savings. That's right. With TSC's bundling package, Emerge, you can combine your high-speed internet, telephone, and cable and save lots of money. Watch the convenience emerge, watch the great service emerge, and watch your savings emerge. So call today and bundle all of your services with the local company you know and trust, TSC.
TSC. Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
Owen Kitchen and Bath Showroom has been family owned and operated since 1990. We can help you from start to finish with your entire project. Let one of our professional designers put the final touches on your project. Owen Kitchen and Bath now has 2 showrooms to better serve you in Wapakoneta and Lima. Owen Kitchen and Bath, cabinetry that will take your breath away at prices that won't.
35-0 here in the third quarter with 6:07 left to play. And a stellar night on the ground for the running backs for the Wapakoneta Redskins as they've carried the load offensively here tonight. Heingardner puts the boot into it. It'll be pressed to field it at the 5. Back across the 10 to the 15 to the 20. Still on his feet, he goes down near the 27-yard line.
Now the Redskins, again, being led on rushing with 2 guys over 100, well over 100, with Metz with 154 yards rushing now, and Schmergy at 122 yards. Again, just imposing their will on running the football against this Elida Bulldog team.
Cody Morgan has only thrown the ball twice tonight. He's 1 out of 2 throwing the ball. So Alexander will be out there. 3 receivers to his right. And again, they put Etzler in motion. He comes to the near side of the field. Handoff, Fry up the middle. And he stays on his feet to the 31-yard line.
Pretty good job by the defensive front of the Redskins, led by Shane Line, but also should point out that number 53, Nick Miller, in there giving an initial push to keep that from being, a good game.
So a 2nd down and 7 coming up after a 3-yard gain. Etzler crosses the backfield in front of Alexander. They fake the handoff. Fire it out there to the right side. Etzler has it across the 35, escapes down the sideline, picks up the 1st down on his way out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
Etzler's 3rd catch on the night. He's going to need to make, some more plays like that to be able to get the Bulldogs, onto the scoreboard.
Well, and the only way that they've been able to connect so far has been on the quick hit passes like that, because Alexander has not had a lot of time to stand back there and scan. Handoff to Fry, and he will be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Hit almost immediately after taking the handoff.
And I'm going to say his name again, Thomas Shaneline. Coach Patterson kind of lining him up all sorts of different places, whether he's down in the stance, playing some linebacker, but he has been a very disruptive force for the Redskins tonight.
So a 2nd down and 10 coming up. Moran lines up wide to the near side. Etzler in a slot inside of him. One receiver wide to the far side of the field. Now they put Fry in motion. Alexander looking for time, rolling out to the right, fires it down the right sideline and out of bounds. And he had 0 time to throw.
No, and they saw the blitz. They had Shane Line showing blitz, so they did kind of move around, and they're running a late flag here for intentional grounding. Remember, the rules in high school are different than those in the pros and in college. In pros and college, if you're outside the pocket, there is no intentional grounding as long as you get the ball to the line of scrimmage. In high school, they do not have that rule yet. Alexander, as you can see, the official call there of intentional grounding, which is a big penalty. Obviously, it's a loss of down, and the ball's taken all the way back to the 30. But he kind of did what you see on TV, which is he's outside, no one's there. He threw it far enough out of bounds. That would not be a penalty on Saturdays or Sundays. And then I kind of wish I would see OHSA kind of move and make that more of a uniform rule, so that what they see, when they watch their favorite teams on Saturdays and Sundays, because it's a player safety issue. And if you're outside the pocket, you just want to throw it away. I just don't see the big deal. But definitely, as the rule stated, the correct call.
Right. Well, that loss of down brings up a 3rd down and 10 now.
Actually, 3rd down and about 23.
Well, yep, sorry. Alexander rifles it to the right side, and it'll come up about 5 yards short. That puts Elida now 0 for 6 on 3rd down conversions, and obviously that one wasn't a real manageable one. But
no, but still, there's something going on with that offense. Stinson was running a fly pattern or go pattern down the sideline, and Alexander either threw the ball like he was supposed to run a comeback route or just vastly underthrew him. Either way, a lot of work to be done for this Bulldog offense.
On the 4th and 23, they run up in a conventional punt situation and kick it away. It'll be fielded. Dangerous play there, picked up at the 43-yard line, hit immediately is Metz.
Yeah, Tyler Smith with a big hit, and I was about to say that we haven't really seen him do it yet, but Etzler actually leads the WBL in punting at 43.4 yards a punt, but on a night like tonight, punting isn't even going their way.
Well, the Elida defense back out onto the field with 4:13 remaining 3rd quarter, and more of the same as Schmerge goes off the right side and up to midfield for a 8-yard gain.
You say more of the same and more of the same results. You know, another big time, you know, gain, as you said, of 8 yards on this play. You know, getting very repetitive here. Obviously, the Bulldog faithful got to be kind of frustrated the way, you know, the Redskins are having so much success against their vaunted defense.
2nd down and 2. Here's Martin. He finds the corner. He's got room, and he is hit as he gets up to the 40-yard line. Well, Martin adds an element of speed to that Redskin backfield.
Yes, he does. Yeah, big hit by Jesse Guerrero, you know, kind of saved, you know, possibly the 6 points. But, you know, an explosive run right there by Martin. Been a nice addition to this backfield for the Redskins tonight.
Beside of the lone wideout up to the right. Here's Martin again. He's got room. Nice spin at the 35-yard line. Gets 2 more. Good job by Keanu James to hold on to him there. Otherwise, he'd still be running.
Yeah, and actually considering he was engaged with, I believe it's Jared Carpenter on that side with an unbalanced line look, to be able to be engaged with that big of a guy and still be able to make the play is credit to him making a pretty good play.
Here's Metz on the carry. He goes to the right, upended as he gets across the 30. He'll fall down near the 26-yard line.
Yeah, something like that, whether we see the replay or not, that is just kind of tough from a timing standpoint. You saw Metz was pretty much in an all-out sprint, and because of that, he actually outran his guards and got tackled right away. That's why sometimes on those sweep plays, you'll see those running backs not really sprint to try to allow those guards to really kind of get their blocks first.
Handoff up the middle. Schmergy knocked down as he gets to the 20-yard line. Well, they were ripping off runs of 3 and 4 yards at a time. Now it's more like 6 and 7 and 8 yards at a time.
Yeah, they've really exerted their dominance on the offensive line. And again, you know, it sounds like a broken record, but this Redskin offensive line has really come to play. They must have had just a great week of preparation, you know, to bounce off that, you know, very forgettable loss against Kenton last week. 47 carries, 340 yards on the ground, and Metz adds a little more to it as he picks up the first down to the 16-yard line. Again, Keanu James, you know, with a nice play right there, he was able to evade the block of Wyatt Harrison and in space be able to make the play. It's a nice play, but still good enough for a first down.
Under 2 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Morgan under center, hands off Schmergy. He goes up the middle. Hit still bouncing off people as he gets down inside the 10-yard line to the 7. Well, and another 8-yard carry.
Well, as good as he's run the ball, I think just out of principle, I probably shouldn't say that he ever ran with any finesse at any point because that is as physical a run as you're going to see. You know, I'm going to just try to praise his vision next time, but, you know, really someone who's not shy away from contact is Schmergy. Is a fun kid to see carry the football.
8th play of the drive, and Metz will take it off the right side. He's going to find the end zone again.
And Metz with his 3rd touchdown of the evening. And if the route wasn't on before, it is definitely on now.
Yeah. Now it's just a varying degrees of route. Heingardner will be out to attempt the extra point. Another nice run by Metz. He has really played a good game tonight.
You know, he gets the credit for carrying the ball into the end zone, and deservedly so. But really, that offensive line really needs all the compliments that they deserve because they're the ones making this go.
The extra point is up and good, 42-0 in favor of the Redskins. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Sure, you don't need a set-top box to watch cable, but without one, you're not getting everything your TV has to offer. Add a set-top box from TSC to your television and get more channels. Get a channel guide that tells you all about the shows. Run multiple devices through one universal remote, and you can even add DVR and HD channels. Get everything your TV has to offer with a set-top box. Call TSC and ask for your set-top box today.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3, call TSC.
Strength is about so much more than the body. It's about being together, serving, sharing, and caring for those around us. It's about keeping score in the heart rather than on a scoreboard. Be a part of a community that builds more than your body. At the Wapakoneta Family YMCA.
59 seconds left, third quarter, and it is all Redskins here tonight, 42-0. They were on the other end of this stick last week. They have put that in the past. Kress has a little bit of trouble fielding that kick again. He gets back across the 15, up to the 20, still on his feet. He's found a seam up to the 30, and is finally wrestled down as he gets to the 34-yard line. Boy, he has had so much trouble collecting the ball at the start of those kick returns. If he was able to just catch the ball and go, he might be even more of a weapon.
Yeah, he shows he's got a little bit of game to him in evasiveness and breaking tackles. There's a flag down, and it's about 15 yards behind the play. We're interested to see what the call is on this.
Flag at the 23-yard line. And they're marching that ball up to midfield.
Appears to be on.
Personal foul against the Redskins.
And I tell you what, the Redskins, playing pretty well, obviously. But one of the things that we noted last week, besides just losing to Kenton, was a plethora of personal fouls from last week, and that's something that I'm sure Coach Fry wants cleaned up. And as much as the score is here, you want to make sure that they're doing things the right way as well. So you cannot be happy with that 15-yard penalty.
4 receivers now for Alexander out of the shotgun. He rolls out to the near side, looking downfield, and he'll fire it left side. It's incomplete, intended for Moran at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, just enough pressure that time on Alexander. Things are starting going their way. Didn't get the ball there probably just as soon as he would like to.
Yeah, Paul, we have a dramatic drop-off as far as penalties go in this ball game tonight. Only 6 penalties between the two teams, and totaling about 63 yards between the two teams.
Yeah, and in this early season, believe it or not, Elida, Walpock, and Kenton were the 3 most penalized teams in the Western Buckeye League coming into this week.
Alexander will keep it himself as he looks for the corner on the far side. He'll go out of bounds near the line of scrimmage. Not a lot there for him.
Alexander, coming into the game, was their leading rusher at 76 yards a game, and has been kept in check by this Redskins defense.
Well, and he has had a lot of trouble holding on to the ball when he's been running it. So 3rd down and 9 now.
And almost everybody's offense is tough when you have, a 3rd and long.
Elida 0 for 6 on 3rd down.
Seen some press coverage here by the Redskin defense, and they might be in a 3 deep look as well.
Alexander out of the shotgun. Has some time this time. Lobs it down the center of the field, and it is intercepted by Lottridge.
Thrown in double coverage right there, looking for Balin Simpson. But that time, Morgan went up, but Quinn Lottridge was able to come down with it. His 3rd pick of the season, leading the Western Buckeye League. And, I don't blame the Bulldogs. Sometimes you just got to throw it downfield at times and kind of hope for the best. But that's what that was, unfortunately for them, just throwing it on a post pattern to see if your player can make the play. Not a well-thrown ball, and a nice adjustment on the ball by Lottridge to be able to come up with the turnover.
Well, and Alexander had as much time to throw that ball as he's had all night. So the Redskins will start at their own 18-yard line, and this is Locke bringing it to the near side of the field. He'll be knocked down as he gets to the 23-yard line.
Yeah, flag thrown pretty early on the left-hand side of the line. We'll see what the call is. Would have to guess this is against the offense of the Redskins. You did have to say something about not being very many penalties.
Well, by this point in the game last week, I think we were 20 penalties in.
At least. But this is a big one. It's a legal chop block. Chop block means that they went low on a defender, And in this case, usually right off the ball, you can do it at the high school, in the high school game, as long as it's within the box, right off the snap. Unless they are engaged with another blocker, then it's a big-time safety issue.
So it'll be a first down from the 9-yard line now. And that play goes nowhere as the pile stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. They may have gotten a yard up to the 10. And that will be the final play of the third quarter. All Redskins tonight through 3 quarters of play. They lead it 42-0. We'll be back with the final frame after this. You are watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
Who do I call?
Since 1946, home and business owners have trusted Frost Roofing to help make the best roofing decision for their home building and budget.
Do you guarantee your work?
With an industry-leading 50-year labor and materials guarantee on select CertainTeed shingles, Frost Roofing has you covered.
So what if I decide to move?
Frost will transfer this incredible warranty to the new owners, increasing the value of your home.
Church, home, or business, Frost Roofing offers you the comfort of knowing your roofing system is guaranteed by a professional roofing contractor.
High-speed internet.
TSC offers 5 high-speed internet packages, and we have one that's just right for you, no matter how much or how little you use the internet.
24/7 free local technical support, and if you require a service call, you'll be pleased to know that we keep our appointments.
Bundle your high-speed internet with your phone and cable and save big money with our Emerge plan.
Ask about high-speed internet from TSC today.
Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
3 quarters in the books here at Harmon Field, and the Redskins in command, and they have the ball. First play of the fourth quarter, and it's Locke around the right side. He will get up close to the 20-yard line to the 19.
And Coach Fry has an entirely new backfield out there with 3 different running backs after so earning some well-earned rest with Martin, Smergy, and Metz having just an incredible night running the football.
Well, the penalty backed them up. So now a 3rd down and 9 from the 19-yard line. Morgan will be under center. He rolls out to the near side. Looks like he's going to keep it himself. He's up across the 20, and he's hit and dropped as he gets to the 24-yard line. That'll bring him a 4th down. And it looks like Coach Fry will punt it away.
Yeah, Jared Wanger there with the tackle. That's the young man we saw on the ground earlier. Nice to see him back on the field and making plays.
So Locke, who carried the ball a couple times on that possession, will back up and kick it away from his own 10-yard line. It'll be Etzler to receive it. He stands back at his own 40. Kick is away, high kick. It'll hit and take a Redskin bounce down inside the 35 to the 32-yard line, and that's where Elida will come back out.
It's always nice to help pad the punting average right there, Dan.
Right. Put some English on that one.
Well, I always thought it was a big-time advantage if you are able to get a punt on the ground without the receiver catching the ball. Because normally it's going to go the other way, and then sometimes if they try to come up and get it, you might see some mishandlings of the ball then too.
Mm-hmm. Elida has had their difficulties with fielding kicks tonight. So 44 yards on a kick by Locke. Alexander out of the shotgun, has Fry with him back there. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to the near side. And Fry will take the handoff. He goes up across the 30 to the 33. Not a lot there for Fry. And it looked like they might have bobbled that ball a little bit on the exchange. It doesn't seem like Elida has had, they've had some issues with the exchange here today.
Yeah, just things just haven't been clean for them. 85, the big sophomore there, Corey Crawford with the stop.
2nd down and 9 after the carry by Fry. There's the fake handoff. Pass over to the near side, caught. Up across the 40 and knocked out of bounds at the 42-yard line is Valen Stenson. I believe that's his first reception here tonight.
Yeah, and with that pass completion, we only have 5 for 17. A really low completion percentage. You see Crawford kind of cleaning things up right there to knock him out of bounds.
So a first down for Elida. There you see Stenson in motion across the backfield. Alexander rolls out that way, looking downfield, fires. It's caught near the first down stick. Etzler up to the 45-yard line of the Redskins, and another first down.
You know, that pattern is what they have had the most success with all night. They've found a little soft spot, you know, about 8 to 10 yards there on the little curl route. And it's been kind of an easy pass and catch. I would say this, you know, sometimes quarterbacks find a tough time, you know, being on the move to try to complete passes, and, you know, Alexander, you know, has been on the move on almost all his pass attempts.
12 yards on the completion to Etzler. And things will get rolling again here. First down and 10 for Elida at the Redskin 45-yard line. This Redskin defense has really disrupted Elida's offense. And a loose ball here, and Alexander diving on it in the backfield. A loss of a couple on that first down play.
Now, at least the third time Alexander's lost control of the football. This time, at least it looks like he's trying to put the ball out and go on the read option, and, you know, just the mechanics just aren't there with that particular play. You know, something that obviously they need to work on during the week to be able to execute on Friday nights.
So a second down and 12 coming up now after the fumble. Stinson in motion to put 3 receivers on the near side of the field. Alexander under pressure, and he is going to be hammered and dropped for a huge loss back inside the 40-yard line at the 38.
Well, he's been close all night and harassing Alexander, but Thomas Shaneline that time left no doubt as he made a big time sack, knocking them way back all the way to their other 40-yard line.
There you'll see another look at it.
Going to his right, and he could not go any further right there. Shaneline whipping him down, and, you know, almost a metaphor for how this whole game has gone.
Loss of 13 on the play. And a 4th down and 25 coming up. Oh, it's third down and 25. Stepping up, firing over the middle, and it's caught by Moran. He's up across the 30 to the 20, and finally wrapped up and brought down as he gets to the 16-yard line.
So finally a big-time play made by the Bulldogs. Alexander feeling some pressure. This time runs straight forward, and that's a lot easier pass to complete than running to the left or to the right. As you can see with the replay, again, it feels pressure, steps up into the pocket, keeps his eyes downfield the entire time. This time, Moran's able to catch the ball for a 43-yard gain, and for the first time tonight, inside the 20-yard line in the red zone. See if the Bulldogs can capitalize, put some points on the board.
Ball actually spotted at the 17, and it'll be Alexander to keep it himself. Not much there. He'll get up to the 16-yard line. No, not going to give him the 15 on that run.
You know, something I just want to point out right there, I think in terms of just trying to ball possess a little bit cleaner, you know, Alexander really didn't put the, you know, the ball in the gut of the running back for very long that time. I think he kind of predetermined very quickly that he's going to keep the ball in that play.
So after the 2-yard gain, second down and 8 now. Alexander rolls out to the near side, fires it, and off the hands of Etzler at the 5-yard line. Pass a little bit too tall for his intended target.
Yeah, if you got a little bit lower, Etzler ran a nice out route, was open there at the 5-yard line, which would have moved the chains, but instead, a little high, brings up a 3rd down.
They have not had much success on 3rd down, as we've mentioned. They were able to convert on the last 3rd down, their first conversion of the evening in 8 tries.
We'll see if Coach Patterson dials up a blitz.
And he's got pressure. Alexander fires it out left side, and it's incomplete off the hands of Stinson at about the 12-yard line. So even if he would have caught that, he would have been short of the first down.
Yeah, and there was a meeting at the quarterback that time. Stauffer, Henderson, and Kirby were all there on Alexander. Did not have much time at all as they brought the heat on that play.
So now a 4th down and 8. Ball at the 15-yard line. They're 0 for 2 on 4th downs. Alexander back. He's got pressure again. He's going to be hit and stopped. Back out at the 28-yard line. Alexander has been under pressure all night long.
And for the second play in a row, this time Kirby's actually able to make the sack. He was there on the pressure of the play before, but this time he was actually able to take it down and snuff out that scoring threat once and for all. As we saw, Kirby's the one that got him, but again, Shane Line providing all kinds of pressure, and this is a totally different Wapak team this week.
6.5 minutes left to play in this one. And substitutions offensively for the Redskins. Cockrell will take the carry. He took the handoff from Huffman, who has come in at the quarterback spot.
Yeah, we got a total new unit out there. You know, we'll do our best here with the numbers. New offensive line, new backs.
A lot of clean jerseys out there.
A lot of clean jerseys, but playing on turf, they're usually pretty clean.
Oh, that's true. You're right. You got to take that one out of the repertoire. Can't use that one anymore.
Gotta get with the times, man.
Sorry. They're not sweaty jerseys. How about that? Huffman under center. And hit immediately in the backfield as Cockrell is good penetration by the Elida defense there. I believe big number 55, that was White's that got in there to get him.
White, 6'1", 270. We've said his name a couple times tonight. Again, this defense had been very stout statistically, but only through 2 weeks. But only returned 3 starters. If you remember, they had Quentin Poling, a standout linebacker for them last year, currently a scholarship player at Ohio University. You know, so they had a lot to replace, and at least over the first 2 weeks, you know, it looked like they're going to live up to it, but not tonight.
3rd down and 10, and a handoff in the backfield, and stopped almost immediately is Court Miracle. So not much there for him.
Yeah, Chance White's right there on the play again. Just threw him down like a rag doll a little bit right there. So, you know, see a little bit difference between, you know, some of the levels between first teamers and second teamers right there.
Well, I might be mistaken, but I think that's the first 3 and out for the Redskin offense here tonight.
I believe you're right. If you take the exception where they fumbled the very first possession of the game.
My mistake. There was one other one. That one, fair catch made by Etzler at the 48-yard line. Our crack stats guy, A.J. Lacey, on top of that.
We should know not to say any statistic without running by him first.
You're right. He's confirming that right now. So we'll learn. It's, you know, we're still learning.
So 4.5 left in this game, and also left to be determined is you know, the final score. You know, both these teams got a lot of season left coming up.
New quarterback in there for Elida as well. The new tailback is Lawrence.
I believe that's Lawrence.
Excuse me. You're right.
So just a freshman, and actually Elida dressing a lot of freshmen on this squad, which that's something you always see a lot in the Western Buckeye League.
Mosley, Noah Mosley, the freshman quarterback in there, 6 foot 155. Three-yard carry for Lawrence on the first down carry. And this time it'll be Mosley. He keeps it himself. Puts a good shoulder into the defender at the first down marker, and looks like he's got the first down.
Yeah, he wasn't going to slide. You know, you don't really see that kind of a physical run a whole lot out of, you know, the quarterbacks like that. But, yeah, he was going to deliver the blow and not take the blow, and good for him.
Here you see him coming around the corner. Yep.
And he put him down.
So a first down. And Mosley's going to keep it himself. They meet again at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that time Nate Elsass was able to take him down.
But still a 6-yard gain for Mosley, so the freshman showing that he's got some wheels out there.
Well, Wapak had kind of an unusual schedule quirk here in week 3, where all 3 of their games have been at home, and then next week they finally have their road opener in week 4 against the Bath Wildcats.
But then they're right back home the week after that, I believe.
You're correct, against a very good Salina Bulldog team.
This snap goes high off of Mosley's hands, and it's loose. And it looks like the Redskins were able to cover that one at the 45-yard line. We'll see, and it is.
I believe Jared Cockrell was able to jump on the loose ball on the bad snap on the shotgun. So, you know, even with the JVs there, as we can see it on the replay, you know, even when they get things going, you know, they're their own worst enemy and turn the ball over.
Well, nothing going right for the Bulldogs here tonight. And out comes the Redskin offense again. 2:43 left in this one. And off the left side.
And this Bulldog team is going to have to kind of go back to the drawing board, you know, after, you know, a big win the first week against the Blue Jays at Delta St. John's. And last week, you know, the heartbreaking loss, and this time just, you know, the beat down that they're receiving here. You know, next week they stay in Auglaize County and travel to St. Mary's to play the Rough Riders.
You mentioned that the Redskins are going to be on the road next week at Bath. Similar style of offense over there in Bath. I know that they're quarterback heavy offense over in Bath, because I believe Bat is their quarterback over there, and I think he's statistically has looked pretty good through the first couple of weeks.
You know, Bath has had kind of a tough time going here with a big loss with Salina, 42-15 last week, and you know, the first week they lost big to Lima Central Catholic. So get back to the game here, we see a big time penalty right here, and moves the ball ahead for the Redskins.
I'm sorry, I had Bat mixed up. He's at Defiance. Cam Jenkins, the quarterback over there at Bath. Run to the far side of the field. We should let everyone know that our ball games are available on the TSC Game Face Ohio network, and this game will be broadcast every weeknight at 8 o'clock. And then we're also available on Fox Lima on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Huffman with the handoff. On a second down carry, another nice run. Paul, we should take a minute and thank all the guys that do all the hard work before we get on the air. We have our camera guys, Jim Miller, Josh Miller, Justin Orfel, and Tony Perro out on the cameras tonight. Our replay director is Adam Dell. Our statistician is AJ Lisi. And our director is Todd Utrip.
Ethan Good, the ball carrier for the Redskins.
And with 1:26 to go, Ethan Good with the carry. It looks like he's going to move the chains.
Sam Clayton with the stop.
And with that, that might about wrap it up here tonight.
Ball down to the 29-yard line. And Huffman will trot in from the sideline. We'll see if they...
This is actually the second game in a row. This second unit's got extended playing time in the fourth quarter. They're actually able to put some points on the board against Kenton last week.
Here's Cockrell up the middle. He's inside the 20, down to the 15, and down to the 12-yard line. So it doesn't really matter who's been toting the ball tonight. They've all been effective.
Yeah, from start to finish, you know, this game has been all Redskins. You know, again, a lot of stuff to build on for the Redskins, and a lot of stuff to work on here for the Bulldogs.
16 yards on the carry for Cockrell and a first down. And a timeout going to be taken by Elida.
The Farmers, we believe in smarter coverage because the
with
more you know,
42 seconds left.
Find your local agent, Alan
We should also mention that we are on Facebook, so you can friend Game Face Ohio on Facebook and get updates about our broadcast schedule. We also have a YouTube channel. All of our ball games available on YouTube. So available on social media, on the internet. That internet thing is caught on. So that's another good option.
So, you know, looking ahead in the Western Buckeye League, you know, probably safe to say Kenton may be the team to beat. But other contenders for the Western Buckeye League, you know, being at the top, you definitely got to include Wapakoneta. They, you know, they've looked, you know, really, really good. You know, Ottawa, Glandorf, and Salina have looked very good going into, you know, this early season as well.
And Huffman will take a knee. They'll have to do it one more time, but this one is all but over. Any sleepers that you see in that mix, Paul?
Well, you know, Defiance kind of surprised people last week by beating Elida, and they have a very capable offense, as you mentioned, you know, a talented quarterback and Gilliam at receiver. So they're a team I definitely wouldn't sleep on. They might not be, you know, contender for the title with beating Kenton, but they're definitely on a given night can knock off anyone.
Huffman takes another knee, and that will wrap things up. The Redskins dominate the Bulldogs here at Harmon Field tonight to avoid going to 0-2 inside the WBL. The final score here tonight, the Redskins 42 and Elida nothing. We'll be back to wrap this one up. You're watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Just call on TSC. Part of your community. TSC. It's as easy as it can be.
Telephone, TV, internet too. We make it all so easy for you. Locally owned, fast service and more. We've got what you're looking for.
TSC. Give us a call and see. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Call TSC.
When you see an orange truck, you think G.A. Windsor & Son Company. But the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, we want you to think green. Why green? Because G.A. Windsor & Son are the original recyclers. Using a modern fleet of trucks, G.A. Windsor & Son Company collects food co-products from restaurants, food retailers, and food manufacturers in Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky. These food co-products are used to manufacture quality livestock and pet care feed ingredients. So the next time you see an orange G.A. Windsor & Son truck, think green.
An absolutely dominating performance by the Wapakoneta Redskins here tonight as they improve to 1-1 inside the WBL and avoid going to 0-2. They do send the Elida Bulldogs to an 0-2 start in their league play, which is going to be difficult for the Bulldogs to overcome. And that was what was really on the line here tonight, Paul, was avoiding that 0-2 start.
Yeah, and unfortunately for the Bulldogs, they do fall down to 0-2 in big-time fashion as the Redskins totally dominated this game.
It was on the ground that the Redskins did most of their damage. Let's go ahead and take a look at final statistics from tonight's game.
Well, the Redskins from the ground finished with over 400 yards, 407 yards rushing to be exact. Just an incredible night. We talked coming into the game, Elida only giving up 59.5 in the young season. Wapak was second in the Western Buckeye League. More than likely going to be number 1 after this. Just a tremendous performance. Overall total yards, 416 total yards for Wapak, 181 total yards for Elida. A good amount of that in the second half. Third downs, a lot of times where you see the good team separate from the bad teams. You know, Elida 1 for 9 in the game for third down conversions, and then Wapak was 4 for 8 on third down conversions.
Individually, we had some stellar performances, especially on the Redskins side of the ball, as big nights running the ball for the Redskins.
Yeah, Keaton Metz making a big-time advantage of his opportunity on 16 carries, 172 yards. That's over 10 yards a carry with 3 touchdowns. Smurgy there with 145 yards on 26 carries and 2 touchdowns. And Logan Martin chipping in 50 yards on 7 carries and a touchdown. For Elida, Fry led the way with 56 yards rushing. Alexander, had to be a disappointing night for him. Only 7 for 21 passing for 122 yards. Etzler had 4 catches for 52. Moran had 2 catches for 60. And also should point out that Alexander, who led the team in rushing coming in, was held for negative yardage with -13.
Well, an outstanding performance by the Redskin defense as well. They really disrupted what Elida wanted to do all night long. Very little productivity from the Elida offense from the beginning of the game throughout, because they were not able to get in sync. They made some mistakes that cost them a couple of turnovers, and really were never able to get anything going.
No, they had some opportunities with some tremendous field position earlier in the game and was unable to take advantage of those. And then from there, just things kind of got away from them, and things snowballed, and kind of led to this 42-0 loss that we saw.
Well, clearly the Redskins able to rebound after a tough loss to Kenton. They come out and hand it to the Bulldogs here tonight, and now they'll go on the road for the first time this season, as they'll be over in Bath next week to take on the Wildcats. So a strong outing for the Redskins here tonight, and they look to build on their success as they go into their next WBL contest. That wraps things up here from Harmon Field. For Paul Sadler, I'm Dan Hirn. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Again, the final score, it was the Redskins 42 and the Elida Bulldogs nothing. You've been watching high school football on Game Face Ohio.